I cannot stress this enough. Creating workflows and skills in Claude Cowork is incredibly easy, and you are about to see exactly why. We talk a lot about AI boosting productivity, but honestly, very few of us are actually integrating it in a way that eliminates repetitive tasks from our day-to-day life. I showed you one example of this in my previous video, where I automated my entire script writing process. And honestly, that same approach can be applied to pretty much any writing task. In that video, I walked you through building a workflow inside Claude Cowork projects, using a YouTube script automation as the example. So let me quickly recap how that flow actually works. You type in a script topic, let's say OpenAI. Claude then suggests 3 trending YouTube script ideas on that topic. It reads your project instructions or script guidelines, which you have already added while setting up the project, and then writes scripts for all 3 ideas. Finally, it pushes those scripts directly to Notion pages, thanks to the Notion MCP integration we set up. Now here is where it gets interesting. We are going to make that flow even better. We are building an agent skill that will critique these scripts and score them across 4 criteria: hook and intro, SEO, clarity and structure, and audience fit. It will also assign an overall score. And beyond just scoring, it will suggest specific improvements for each of these areas. Claude will receive that feedback and use it to rewrite a polished, improved version of each script, which then gets saved to Notion. So the new flow looks like this. Topic goes in, scripts come out, critique happens automatically, improvements get applied, and the final version lands in Notion. So let's go ahead and ask Claude to create this script critique skill. Now, in my initial prompt, I deliberately didn't specify any scoring criteria. I was curious how Claude would handle it. And interestingly, it actually asked me what areas to score. And I loved that. I selected all 4: hook and intro strength, SEO and title quality, clarity and structure, and audience fit. Feel free to add more areas if you want, but for now, let's move forward with these. Next, Claude asks, what should the skill output after critiquing? I want 3 things: score, critique, and improvement suggestions. You can follow the progress right there in the right sidebar. Here is a fun little detail for you. Claude actually has a skill creator skill installed by default, which it automatically invokes whenever you ask it to create a new skill. You can check it out yourself. Go to the left sidebar, click Customize, and then click on Skills. You will find all the installed skills listed there. Now, Claude has generated sample skill output for a few scripts and is asking me to review it and give feedback. As you can see, it has scored each script across all 4 areas and written out detailed improvement pointers for each one. I'm particularly loving the notes around understanding audience psychology and flagging redundancies, and most importantly, around SEOs. These are really sharp observations. I'm going to give it a thumbs up and move forward. But you can absolutely suggest your own tweaks. Claude will accommodate them to fine-tune the skill before it is finalized. So I typed, I like this skill as is. Love that you have scored the script for each criteria: hook and intro, SEO quality, clarity and structure, and audience fit, and the overall score. Love the pointers, especially the ones around audience psyche and redundancies. Quick question for you. If I ever want to add more scoring criteria in the future, will I be able to edit this skill? And here is Claude's answer, and this is what makes skills so powerful. This skill is just a markdown file, a SKILL.md. Editing it is as simple as opening the file and adding a new section. For example, if you ever want to add a pacing and timing criteria, you just add a new block under the 4 critique dimensions. Add a row to the scorecard template, save, and that's it. The next time the skill runs, it automatically picks up the new criteria. You can edit it yourself or just tell Claude, add a new scoring criteria for XYZ, and it will update the file for you. This skill is packaged and ready. Let's save it And while we are at it, let me walk you through what a skill actually looks like under the hood. At the top, you will see a YAML front matter. It includes metadata like the author, date, and description. The description is especially important because it tells Claude when to trigger this skill. For example, here it says trigger when the user says things like review this script, critique this, improve this script, is this script good, check this script, make this better, or refine the draft. There is also an instruction that says always use this skill in content creation workflows where YouTube scripts are generated before saving the final version anywhere. So every single time Claude writes a YouTube script, this skill kicks in automatically. No manual prompting needed there. After that, the skill lays out the step-by-step instructions for what to do when it is triggered. All 4 scoring areas, each explained in detail. Then it defines the output format, a scorecard with dimensions, score, and a one-line verdict, followed by a detailed critique, and finally the rewriting principles Claude should follow. All of this is fully customizable. You can tweak the criteria, the descriptions, the format, the principles, whatever fits your use case. So now the complete flow looks like this. You type a topic, Claude generates 3 scripts. The script critique skill triggers automatically, scores and improvements are applied, and the final polished scripts are saved to Notion. One important note, the skill needs to be installed in Claude Desktop, which I just did by clicking Save Skill. Once it is installed, it is active across all your projects and chats. And just to be extra careful, I asked Claude to add one line to the Claude.md file. This line is, after generating scripts, always run the script critique skill before saving to Notion. This acts as a hard guarantee even if the auto trigger somehow misses. This instruction forces it every time. And that's it. Now you know how to create your own custom skill to cut out repetitive work and add a smart optimization layer right in the middle of your workflow. Pretty powerful stuff, right? If you find this video useful, please like my video, do subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one.